First thing is the why of evangelism. And as you know, we've been empowered for evangelism, discovering how to evangelize out of your God-given strengths. And that's the number one thing that I want to briefly talk about. Everyone has a God-given strength. Whether you are, you are artistic driven, whether you are prophetically driven, whether you are more word driven, whether you are more social justice driven. Everyone has a God-given strength. And so we are to use that God-given strength and apply it in our daily life so that we can use the gifting that God has given us and evangelize the world. So everyone is called to evangelize. Not just the evangelists, not just the pastors, the teachers. The fivefold ministry are here to equip you and teach you how to do it. But everyone, all of us, are called to evangelize. The why of evangelism. Why? Because we live in a dying world. So if we go to the second slide, we live in a dying world, and only we have the remedy. How many of you have heard about the coronavirus? And how many of you know that it's spreading around the world? There's more than 100,000 cases around the world. People are panicking. We've been traveling the last few weeks, and we can see the panic and the fear and the hysteria. People are panicking. But we have a time window. We have an opportunity to share the gospel with those who are panicking, those who are afraid, those who are terrified of their life or where they're going to spend eternity. Most people don't think about eternity. But when you confront them with this question, where do you think you will spend eternity? Most people don't have an answer to that. Most people, if they have some faith background, they may say, well, I'm not sure, maybe in heaven. I'm not really sure where. Everyone hopes to make it to heaven. But as you know, we need Jesus. We need to accept Jesus as our personal Savior. And we need to embrace and be born again. So that's the ABCs of the gospel. And we have a remedy. We have the most wonderful message, and it's called the gospel. The gospel is the good news. And I was giving some folks an example. And I said, if you are looking at a house burning down, and the house is about to fall apart because it's on fire, and there is a kid up in the attic, and this kid is screaming, and this kid is saying, save me. Come on, save me. And this kid is screaming, crying. This kid is trying to get your attention. Are you going to stand there and look at the kid and assess the situation and think, if I am capable, I'll do it? Or are you going to go and do it? Are you going to think, maybe I'm not qualified? Maybe I haven't trained, with the fire brigade in Australia. I haven't trained with the fire department, and I don't have the qualifications to go and save you. I don't have the right gear. I don't have the right knowledge. I don't have the tools. How am I going to save you? Or are you going to run and do whatever it takes to get that kid off the attic and save that kid? How many of you would run? How many of you would save that soul? How many of you would do something about it? Or are you just going to let the house burn to the ground and don't do anything about it? See, the church is standing before a world that is dying. The church is standing before a world that is agonizing. A world that is panicking. A world that is living in hysteria and fear and driven by negative information. And the good thing is we have the remedy. Maybe the doctors haven't found the remedy for coronavirus. Maybe the labs around the world haven't found the remedy for coronavirus. But there is a virus in the world that has been existing for thousands of years. And that virus is called sin. And that virus has killed millions upon millions of people. And so we have the remedy. So the first thing you got to understand is that we have the best gospel, the best news, the best, remedy we can offer to the world. Number two,